Elvis Presley was getting his car fixed in a small town outside Memphis. The mechanic's son, Bobby, was 12 years old. His arm was in a cast. "What happened to you?" Elvis asked. "I fell," Bobby said. "But Dr. Williams treated me. I didn't have money, but he didn't ask for any." Elvis smiled. "He must be a good doctor then." "The best," Bobby said. "But I heard his clinic might close. He has too much debt." Elvis stopped. "Why does he have debt?" "Because he doesn't charge anyone. The town is very poor, but he still treats everyone." Bobby called to his father. "Dad, Dr. Williams's clinic won't close, will it?" The mechanic looked sad. "I don't know, son. I hope not." That evening, Elvis got in his car, but his mind was on Dr. Williams. "I need to find this man." June 18th, 1976. Riverside, Tennessee. A small town, population 3,000, 45 miles from Memphis. Most people were farmers, factory workers, or small shop owners. They weren't rich, but they were happy. Elvis had pulled into town because his Cadillac was making a strange sound. There was only one mechanic on Main Street. Jack's Auto Repair. Jack Miller, 45 years old, chubby, cheerful man. When Elvis entered, he looked up. "Good day. How can I help you?" Elvis had his hat and sunglasses on. He didn't want to be recognized. "The car's making a strange sound from the engine. Can you take a look?" "Of course. Leave the keys. I'll have it done in an hour." Elvis left the keys and went outside. He was going to sit in the waiting area but got curious. He wanted to explore the small town. He walked down Main Street. There was a small grocery store, a barber shop, a cafe, and a clinic. Dr. James Williams, general practitioner. But there was something on the clinic door, an official document, sealed. Elvis approached and read, "This facility will be closed within 30 days due to unpaid debts. Riverside Hospital Management." Elvis frowned. The clinic was closing. When Elvis returned to the repair shop, Jack's son, Bobby, was there. He was 12 years old, his arm in a cast. "Hi, young man," Elvis said. "What happened to your arm?" Bobby was embarrassed. "I fell off my bike. It broke." "Must have hurt." "Yes, but Dr. Williams took good care of me. He didn't even give me a shot so it wouldn't hurt." Elvis smiled. "Sounds like a good doctor." "The best," Bobby said, his eyes lighting up. "He treats everyone well." "Last month my mom had a toothache. He didn't charge. He said, 'Get better first. We'll think about it later.'" Elvis listened with interest. "Does everyone in this town love him?" "Yes, everyone, because he loves us. He treats everyone who doesn't have money for free." Elvis paused. "But then, how does he make money?" Bobby shrugged. "I don't know. Dad says he has a lot of debt, and the hospital is going to close him down." "When?" "I don't know, but soon." That's what they heard. Elvis's heart sank. A good man, a good doctor, helping everyone, and now being punished. Jack came in. "Your car's ready. Change the belt. $35. Elvis handed him $50. "Keep the change." Jack was surprised. "That's too much." "For fixing Bobby's arm," Elvis said, winking at the boy. Bobby smiled. "Thank you, sir." Elvis got in the car, but his mind was still on Dr. Williams. When Elvis returned to Graceland, he immediately called his assistant Joe Esposito. "Joe, I need you to research something." "Of course, Elvis." "What?" "There's a doctor in Riverside, Tennessee, Dr. James Williams. Find out everything about this man. His debts, clinic status, everything." Joe was surprised. "Why are you interested in this doctor?" "Just find out, Joe. I want a report tomorrow morning." The next morning, Joe brought a detailed file. Dr. James Williams, Joe said. 62 years old. Been a practitioner in Riverside for 30 years. Married, 3 children, and has serious financial problems. How much debt does he have? $47,000 to Riverside Hospital. Medical supplies, equipment, medications. The hospital wants payment within 30 days. Otherwise, they'll close the clinic. Why is he so in debt? Joe flipped through the file. Because he doesn't charge most of his patients. The town is very poor. People can't pay. But Dr. Williams continues to treat them. Elvis nodded. I see. Can he pay? No. He doesn't even have a salary himself. His wife is a part-time teacher. 3 children. Financially impossible. Elvis looked out the window. 30 years treating people for free. Now being punished. What are you going to do, Elvis? Elvis turned. I'm going to pay the debt. Joe was shocked. $47,000. Yes. But Elvis, that's a lot of money. I don't care. That man thought about others for 30 years. Now someone needs to think about him. Will you give your name? Elvis shook his head. No. Anonymous. Nobody will know. 2 days later, Dr. James Williams was sitting in his office. On his desk was a letter from hospital management. It was the final warning. If $47,000 is not paid within 7 days, your clinic will be permanently closed. There was a knock. The postman came in. Dr. Williams, registered letter. The doctor signed and took the envelope. Inside was a check. $47,000. The exact amount. In the sender section. Anonymous donor. Dr. Williams froze. He read the check twice. Was this real? He called to his wife. Mary, Mary, come here. Mary came running. What happened? James showed her the check. Look, $47,000. Someone anonymous sent it. Mary was shocked. This is a miracle. But who did this? Mary shook her head. I don't know. But thank God. James held the check, his eyes filled with tears. I worked 30 years, never saved any money, because I helped everyone. And now, someone is helping me. The clinic is saved, Mary said, hugging her husband. We're saved. The next day, news spread through the town. Dr. Williams's debt had been paid. The clinic would stay open. People rejoiced. In front of the grocery store, in the cafe, on the street, everyone was talking. Did you hear? Dr. Williams's debt has been paid. Who paid it? They don't know. Someone anonymous. Must be an angel from God. Bobby asked his father. Dad, who could it be? Jack thought. I don't know, son. But whoever it is, they saved this town. That evening, the townspeople gathered in front of Dr. Williams's clinic. They applauded, sang, gave thanks. Dr. Williams stood at the door, crying. Thank you. Thank you all. Someone asked, Doctor, who paid? I don't know, James said. But whoever it is, I'm grateful to them. 2 weeks later, Elvis went to Riverside again. This time with a different car, different clothes. Nobody should recognize him. He passed by Dr. Williams's clinic. It was open. People were going in and out. Children, elderly, families. Elvis smiled. Good work, he whispered. He got a coffee at the cafe. At the next table, 2 women were talking. I went to Dr. Williams today. Again, he didn't charge. He said, you gave enough last time. He's still doing this, even after the debt was paid. Yes, he hasn't changed. Still the same man. Elvis heard this and felt warm inside. Dr. Williams hadn't changed. Even after receiving the money, he was still the same selfless man. As he left the cafe, he saw little Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Bobby turned, didn't recognize Elvis. Hi, sir. How's your arm? Bobby looked at his cast. Good. It comes off in a week. Great. Dr. Williams's clinic didn't close, did it? No. Someone paid the debt. It was a miracle. Elvis smiled. Yes, it was a miracle. 1986. 9 years after Elvis died, there was a celebration in Riverside, Dr. Williams's 40th year of service. 500 people gathered in the town square. Dr. Williams came on stage, now 72 years old, but still working. "Thank you," he said. "Serving you for 40 years has been an honor." The mayor gave him a plaque. "Dr. Williams, you are the heart of this town. For 40 years you've healed us. And in 1976, someone healed you." The crowd applauded. "Whoever that anonymous donor is," the mayor said, "this town owes them." Dr. Williams wiped his eyes. "I wish I knew who it was. I'd like to thank them." In 2003, Joe Esposito wrote a book, Elvis's Unknown Kindnesses. There was a chapter in the book, The Riverside Doctor. Joe had written, in 1976, Elvis paid a Tennessee doctor's debt of $47,000. Dr. James Williams, anonymously. Nobody knew, not even Dr. Williams. When the book was published, the news reached Riverside. Everyone was shocked. Was it Elvis Presley? Was he the angel? Was it Elvis? Dr. Williams, now 89 years old, had retired. When he heard the news, he cried, "Elvis Presley," he said. "I never met him. But he saved me." The town hung a plaque in front of Dr. Williams's old clinic. This clinic was saved in 1976 by an anonymous donation from Elvis Presley. It continued to serve thousands of patients for 30 years, forever grateful. Before Dr. Williams passed away in 2007, he wrote a letter to Elvis. He sent it to Graceland. It was placed in the museum. "Dear Elvis, I never met you, but you knew me. In 1976, my clinic was closing. When I was desperate, you helped. $47,000. A fortune for me. Perhaps a small amount for you. But this money didn't just give me a clinic. It gave me 30 more years. And in those 30 years, I treated 12,000 patients. Children, elderly, families, all because of you. You saved me. And I saved 12,000 people. They're all your legacy. Thank you, Elvis. When we meet in heaven, I'll shake your hand." Dr. James Williams. Today, in Riverside, there's the Dr. Williams Health Center. Opened in 2010. Free clinic, free service for poor patients. At the door, a plaque, in memory of Dr. James Williams and Elvis Presley. Every year, on June 18th, the town holds an event. Donation Day. People help each other, because that's the legacy of Elvis and Dr. Williams. Taking care of each other, they say, without expectation, without recognition, just because it's the right thing to do. Bobby, now 50 years old, tells the story that day. "Elvis was here, at our repair shop. I told him about Dr. Williams, and he listened. He didn't just listen, he took action. Elvis sang for millions, but that day he gave a town hope, and that hope has been alive for 40 years. Elvis Presley died in 1977, but in Riverside he still lives, in every patient, every treatment, every smile. Because that day, in a repair shop, a 12-year-old boy told him a story, and Elvis listened, and he took action. Sometimes the biggest changes in the world start with the smallest conversations. A child, a story, and a listening heart. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Share this video with someone who believes in helping others. Tell us in the comments, have you ever started a big change with a small conversation? And don't forget to turn on notifications, because more amazing true stories are coming.